Do you ever find yourself like wondering what to do next? Like you're not really sure what is next in your life, where to go or what to choose. Like you're kind of stuck in a fog. You're stuck in this moment and you can't see what's up ahead. Let's talk about what to do when you don't know what to do. So I remember this one time I was driving to work and it was pretty early in the morning and it was like just before sunrise. And there weren't a lot of people out on the road with me, and I was headed down the highway until all of a sudden there was like this low part in the highway where a fog had covered the entire road. It was this thick fog, and it got to the point where I really had to slow down and I couldn't see in front of me because it was so dark in this fog. And my heart rate started going up and I started to grip the wheel a little bit tighter, and I couldn't see if there were any other cars on the road at all. And I was driving with a new focus at this time. I was trying to just pay attention to what was going on right ahead of me. And then I started to develop some fear. Like, what if I accidentally plow into something or someone right in front of me? What if I don't turn exactly how I think I should turn? Because of this thick fog, I couldn't see what was up ahead of me, what was next. I couldn't see how I was going to get to work. That was all until all of a sudden I saw some lights up ahead of me. A huge semi-truck that was driving just as slow as I was. I'm sure the driver was just as white-knuckled as I was as we both went through this fog together. See, the semi-truck driver, I knew that they had a better view because they sat higher up than I did in the fog. It was so low onto the ground. You see, they had both fog lights and a higher perspective. If I just followed this truck at a safe distance, then I could find my way through the fog. This track, it could lead me all the way through the darkness. We went along, this semi-truck driver and I, for a few miles until we started to come out of the fog, out of this valley, when the road kind of ascended out of it and visibility became 10 feet, then 20 feet, then 30 feet, and then it was like we could see the whole road ahead. I think at some point in every single one of our lives, we all have this vision of how we think the road of our life should look. We imagine our life and we kind of have it all mapped out ahead of us. But then something happens and all of a sudden there's a fog of something that we didn't see coming, something we didn't expect. And it's in that valley when we experience that kind of darkness. And we grip the wheel and we race our hearts in fear and we start to become anxious. And we wonder why we can't go forward. It's not looking the way we anticipated it to. And so we can't see very far in front of us. We can't see the exit or the end of the road at all. We have these times in our lives where we can't see what's coming in front of us. Jesus in John chapter 1 says this: "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness does not overcome it." Notice it doesn't say that there's not going to be any darkness. It acknowledges that the darkness is absolutely there. It does, in fact, exist, but that there's a light that shines in the darkness. There's a light that can never be overcome by the darkness. There's a light guiding you through the darkness. Now, friends, I know if you find yourself not knowing what to do today, it's frustrating. It's anxiety producing when we can't see the whole road in front of us, when we can't see where we're going. It causes us to white knuckle our way through life. But you see, we forget, like I forgot, that we're not on this road alone, that there's something with a higher perspective that we can follow to get through the darkness. My friends, Jesus is that light, guiding us through the darkness, guiding us through the fog, guiding us from this moment into the next moment of our lives. And while we want to see the whole road, and sometimes all we can see is the lights ahead of us, just that next thing, and then the next thing, trusting that Jesus is the light that's going to get us through this fog. So whatever your darkness is right now, whatever it is that you're struggling and you don't know which way to go, here's my promise to you. Here's God's promise to you. It won't overcome you. I'm sure it feels that way but honestly, it can't overcome you because God has got you in all of it. So if you don't know what it is next to do, just follow Jesus' light. Just take that next step. Amen.